Call Halal Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, as well as honor to the men under the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect and those who hope to be of that number. The video is called Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi will feed his elect in Jacob's trouble. Hebrews 11:1 tells us the definition of faith. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Basically, faith is believing in something you can't see before it happens. A great example of this is Noah. He believed it was going to rain before it ever rained upon the earth, because prior to the flood, before the flood, it never rained. And the Lord told us in Hebrews 11:6, but without faith it is impossible to please him. It is impossible to please Yahawah without any faith. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is. That's what the Most High's name means in English. Yahawah is the Hebrew, that's his name. His name is Hebrew, the holy tongue, Lashon Kadash. The Lord told us we would turn us to a pure language pursuant to Zephaniah 3:9. That pure language is the Paleo Hebrew, the holy tongue. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is Yahawah, he is, he exists, he to be, Yahawah, he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently, consistently, and persistently seek him. Ultimately, the elect are those who diligently seek the Most High Yahawah. And of course, the Lord as well, his Son. He says, I am my, Lord Yahawashi said, I and my Father they're of one accord. And also, he that hath the Son hath the Father. He that hath not the Son hath not the Father. And the Son, they come together. You learn that in 1 John. Well, that's another topic for another lesson. Matthew 6. So the elect, as members of the hopeful elect, those who hope to be of that number, we've got to have faith. We've got to believe that the Lord is going to feed us before it comes to that time where he's going to feed us. We got to have it in our mind that the Lord is going to take care of us, even if it means we're going to have to be out there against the elements. Even if we become homeless, the Lord is going to take care of us. Matthew 6:25. This is Lord Yahawashi speaking. You can see in red letter. Red letter is when the Lord was speaking. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? The Lord is telling you to not worry about anything. Then in verse 26, behold, look, the fowls of the air, the birds, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns. They don't work, they don't prepare their food or anything like that. Yet your heavenly Father, the heavenly Father is the Most High Yahawah, feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? And the elect are much better than the fowls of the air. If the Lord gives the food to these birds which don't prepare their food or do any work, they don't reap whatsoever, then when the time comes for the elect to, step out in faith, the time of Jacob's trouble, the Lord is going to be with them. The Lord is going to feed them. Remember the scriptures say, without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and is a reward of them that diligently seek him. That's the elect. Exodus 16:8-15. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi fed our forefathers in the wilderness with manna, bread that fell from heaven. Exodus 16:8-15. And Masha said, This shall be when Yahawah shall give you in the evening flesh to eat, and in the morning bread to the full. For that Yahawah heareth your murmurings which you murmur against him. And what are we? Talk about him and Aaron. Your murmurings are not against us, but against Yahawah. And Moshe spake unto Aaron, saying, say unto all the congregation of Ban Yasharallah, Come near before Yahawah, for he hath heard your murmurings. And it came to pass, as Aaron spake unto the whole congregation of Ban Yasharallah, that they looked toward the wilderness, and behold, and look, the glory of Yahawah appeared in the cloud was a chariot. And Yahawah spake unto Moshe, saying, I have heard the murmurings of Ban Yasharallah. Speak unto them, saying, At even ye shall eat flesh, and in the morning ye shall be filled with bread. And ye shall know that I am Yahawah your power. And it came to pass, that at even the quails came up and covered the camp, and in the morning the dew laid round about the host. And when the dew that lay was gone up, behold, upon the face of the wilderness there lay a small round thing, as small as the hoar frost on the ground. And when Ban Yasharallah saw it, they said one to another, It is manna, for they wist not what it was. And Moshe said unto them, This is the bread which Yahawah your power hath given you to eat. And basically the Lord rained manna down from heaven for the children of Israel to eat something in the wilderness. You still had our people complaining, being total nuisances and annoyances in the wilderness. And those who were the annoyances in the wilderness, those 2/3, they're back in the regeneration, they're back in this generation. And yeah, each person took sufficient for themselves. Some took a lot, some took a little, but enough for themselves, each what they needed. At 1 Kings 1-16, Elijah when he's fed by the ravens, and Elijah when he was eating that meat, a little meat of bread, that meat and oil, slacking and butchering, but yeah, he was fed by ravens. 1 Kings 17, ravens gave him his food. And the Lord could do that for members of the elect, where like a bird just gives them food. Like there might be a sandwich in a bag, and it's like the water Yahawashi, and you take a bite. Of course, the sandwich is something clean. It might be like tuna fish, cucumber, mayo, 2 bread. So let's just go anyway. 1 Kings 17, 1-16. And Elijah the Tishbite, Elijah was an Israelite, also a prophet, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, said unto Ahab, Ahab was a wicked king of Israel, was the husband of Jezebel, as Yahawah power of Yasharallah liveth, before whom I stand. There shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word. So it wasn't going to rain for some years. And the word of Yahawah came unto him, saying, Get thee hence and turn thee eastward, and hide thyself by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan, and it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there. So he went and did according unto the word of Yahawah, for he went and dwelt by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. And the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook. And it came to pass after a while that the brook dried up, because there had been no rain in the land. And the word of Yahawah came unto him, saying, Arise, get thee to Zarephath, which belongeth to Zidon, and dwell there. Behold, I have commanded a widow woman there to sustain thee. So he arose and went to Zarephath. And when he came to the gate of the city, behold, the widow woman was there gathering of sticks. And he called to her and said, Fetch me, I pray thee, a little water in a vessel, that I may drink. So he asked the widow woman for a bit of water. And as she was going to fetch it, he called to her and said, Bring me, I pray thee, a morsel of bread in thine hand. And she said, As Yahawah thy power liveth, I have not a cake, but an handful of meat in a barrel, and a little oil in a cruse. And behold, I am gathering 2 sticks, that I may go and dress it for me and my son, that we may eat it and die. So this woman and her son were about to only had a little bit of food of that. She only had a tiny bit of food left to make for her and her son. And after that meal, her and her son would have starved to death. In 1 Kings 17, and Elijah said unto her, Fear not, go and do as thou hast said, but make me thereof a little cake first, and bring unto me, and after make for thee and for thy son. So I said, make the food for me first, and then make it for you and your son. And that's what she did. For thus saith Yahawashi, power of Yashrala, the barrel of meal shall not waste, neither shall the cruse of oil fail, until the day that Yahawashi sendeth rain upon the earth. So until the Lord sends rain upon that land, the food, that little bit of food she had would constantly be ever replenishing food, and that's a miracle. You could just have a tiny bit of food, or you're stationed at someone's house, right? They're giving you a bit of their food, they only have a tiny bit of food, but the Lord makes it where that tiny bit of food is constantly replenished, so they always have as much as they need, and there's always something for them to eat. And the widow did as Elijah said. Ever replenishing food, the ever replenishing meat, and ever replenishing the ever replenishing meal, and the ever replenishing oil. 1 Kings 15, 1 Kings 17:15. And she went and did according to the saying of Elijah, and she and he and her house did eat many days. And it tells you how the food didn't run out, nor did the oil. And the barrel of meal wasted not, neither did the cruse of oil fail, according to the word of Yahawah, which he spake by Elijah. That's a miracle. Again, remember the elect will eat. Bel and the dragon, where Daniel was cast into the lion's den. Habakkuk was transported to his location to give him some food he made for the reapers. Habakkuk was taken from the location he was to Babylon, where Daniel was, and gave that meal that he had in his hand to Daniel, and Daniel ate of that. Daniel was in the lion's den. I'm going to read from here. Bel and the Dragon, chapter 1, verse 30. Now when the king saw that they pressed him sore, being constrained, he delivered Daniel to them, who cast him into the lion's den, where he was 6 days. So Daniel was in the lion's den 6 days, and there were 7 lions in there. And in the den there were 7 lions, and they had given them every day 2 carcasses, 2 sheep, which then were not given to them to the intent they might devour Daniel. So those lions were given 2 carcasses of 2 sheep per day to eat, but they weren't given anything so that they could, to the intent that they might, devour Daniel. But the Lord didn't have it so. The Lord closed the mouth of those lions. Now there was in Ayuri a prophet called Habakkuk. He's got a book, who made pottage, and had broken bread in a bowl, and was going into the field to bring it to the reapers. But the angel of the Lord said unto Habakkuk, and the angel of the Lord came to Habakkuk, Go carry the dinner that thou hast into Babylon to Daniel, who's in the lion's den. And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. Then the angel of the Lord took him by the crown, and bare him by the hair of his head, and through the vehemency of his spirit set him in Babylon of the den, took him to Babylon, to the exact location of Daniel, should I say. And Habakkuk cried, saying, O Daniel, Daniel, take the dinner which the Most High hath sent thee. And Daniel said, Thou hast remembered me, O power, neither hast thou forsaken them, left them that seek thee and love thee. That's the elect. And Daniel is of the elect, pursuant to Ezekiel 14, 30 through 23. Though Daniel, Noah, and Job, and that. And how he'd be standing his law in the end times as a prophet, spirit of prophecy subject to the prophet. He's of the elect. So Daniel arose and did eat, and the angel of the Lord set Habakkuk in his own place again. Immediately Habakkuk was taken back to his own place. So that's an example of faith. He was cast into the lion's den. Some of the elect are going to be cast into prison, and the Lord's going to feed us no matter what we go through. Lord willing, we'll have that number. Hopefully this video was edifying. Until next time, Shalom.